Once more into the breach, dear friends, once more, or close the wall up with our English dead. In peace, there's nothing so becomes a man as modest stillness and humility. But when the blast of war blows in our ears, then imitate the action of the tiger. Stiffen the sinews, conjure up the blood, disguise fair nature with hard-favoured rage. Then the eternal aspect.
And this is the end!
The Monster Raving Loony Party. The most wonderful party ever. To sum it up in one word, a word used by our founder, screaming out such, fun. To put the fun into politics, it's far too serious. And have you seen the main politicians? That whereas we are, For instance, I'm the Shadow Minister of Mental Health. And if I'm asked, who am I shadowing in the government? Well, everybody, absolutely everybody, because they all need a mental health check. And if they apply to me, a free mental health check will be theirs. Lighten up, folks, you know. Politics can be fun. I was doing stand-up poetry, and it was suggested to me that I use some music. I don't play anything. And it was Jules suggested it. And she said, well, my boyfriend plays guitar, the band called the Hester Street Band. Here, put some music to it. So Justin turned up. But anyway, the Hester Street Band became Red Army. So obviously, they had commitments and they couldn't do music for me. So I was doing this show with the Rhyme Bandits at the Queen's Hall, and there was no music. And I met John down at the bar, and he said, where's your music then? So I haven't got any, have I? Oh, he said, leave that to me. One jam, and it was Doctor and the Inmates, and that was it.
They made me deaf, you know.
I'm making a film before it's too late. Before my looks start to go. It's because of the cancer. It's as simple as that. Throat cancer, it's inoperable and it's terminal. So, I'm about to make an exit from the stage rather sooner than I would have hoped, but I decided, I think for two reasons, main reasons, to say thank you to the fans who've followed me for years, and to say thank you to all the people in the band over the 12 years who have been absolutely marvellous. It's a very slow growing cancer, and at the moment it's only affected my throat, my speech. The singing voice is unimpaired. It's still as loud as it ever was. But the voice is starting to go, which is why time's of the essence. And I thought the perfect time to do it would be on my birthday, October 26th. I thought I'll have one more birthday, why not?
basically, if it wasn't for Willi, I wouldn't have to see this therapist, and everything would have been different, really. Everything was going swimmingly, right? Swimmingly. And all I heard was, you've got a bus, Willi's got a band, and he's a politician, so what would you do? I know what I did. I took the job on, and I said I'd never do it again, and then we did it again, and then we did it again, and what can I say? Other than it was his fault.
He is the true British eccentric. He is everything that epitomises what is getting lost in British society.
He's the first to say let's party. He's a fucking hedonist. Total animal. Everything that were eccentric about him and everything that came out of his mouth fascinated me. And I realised that here's a guy that you want to be around.
Oh, he's completely and totally indescribable. You can tell people that he's a well-known nutter. You can tell him he's a poet, a performer, an artist. Nothing really does him justice.
When I come out, I'm going to be Willi Beckett, the monster, the person I created, because I myself was a very small, grey person, and I wasn't happy with that. So I created a larger than life person, which is Willi Beckett. As in the Frankenstein legend, it was a monster that picked me up and ran away with me. Well, he's back tonight. I hope I can hold it out tonight. We'll find out.
Yep.
Thank you.
I suppose the context that I'd like to talk about Willi really is the contribution that he made to the life of the city of Bradford, because I was for a few years the director of the Bradford Festival. My recollections of Willi are where we'd written a speech for the Lord Mayor of Bradford. In one occasion, it was a man called Sid Collard, and Sid had to stand at the top of the City Hall stairs greeting Willi with the words, "Welcome, Crackton of Arcturus," and then go on to present Willi with the keys to the city of Bradford. And Willi replied in his speech, explaining that he'd travelled halfway across the galaxy to join us on this auspicious day to launch the festival, and how Bradford was the centre of the universe.
I remember when we did the Mad Dogs and Englishmen tour, and we were on the Heffelweg in Amsterdam. A van needed to jump-start it. So unfortunately, Willi was the only person who didn't know that as soon as the van was jumped, you had to get out of the way. So consequently, he got floored by a caravan that hit him. And then later on that very same night in Amsterdam city centre, he got hit by a tram, did Willi. He was knocked over by 2 different vehicles on the same day. That's Willi, you know.
The years are going back. It's like the past is now moved forward to the present, and I mean, hell, I'm not worried about the future. Not tonight. Tonight, I will show you how to do rock and roll.
So I met Willi, and he wanted to do music. At that point, I was sort of starting off with Neil Mudlamy and Stuart, and me and Stuart used to be his kind of first version of a backing band while he did his poetry.
And just he said, a friend of mine's going to come along, do some poetry. Can we jam along, do some music? And it sounded interesting. I was shit scared, of course, but I did that, and me and Justin had a thoroughly good time. And I think it kind of preempted what is now the Psychosurgeons.
Tonight, guys, we are the greatest rock and roll band in the world. The Stones aren't here. We are. Let's just show them. That's different fucking hell.
Same old, same old.
Yeah, same as usual. More hell. More hell. Have some more hell. Have some more hell. Have some more this.
Willi Beckett, what can you say about the man? I remember the first time No, I don't remember the first time I met him at all, because it's all been a fog of drink. But I do remember the feeling I got when he emerged into my sort of area of being. Willi Beckett has been such an important part of our lives, mine and yours, that it should have been put on the stock market, floated at least.
Psychosurgeons is one thing, but you have his poetry, you have his wit, you have his power. These things can't be invented, they can't be learned. You either are or you aren't, and Willi is. All those things.
I wish there was more people. I wish there were more people like that. I really do. Because the world needs characters, and in a world where everything's homogenised and everyone's kind of trying to fit into a normal or a so-called norm, people like Willi break the mould, and the mould needs to be broken.
We're about to hit the stage on the last night ever. So there's a momentous occasion and a sad one for me, but let's not make it that.
Show what was best.
Drive it back.
Let it out! Let it out! Let it out! Let it out! The psychosurgeons! You say that I have mental problems. People say I'm halfway around the dress. It comes to this. Me and Sean trial. I thought we were friends. Me and you together. You're a super boy. You've been having a hunger. Is it going to end? Just don't you be a żołnierz. Nie sobie szanuję jak Willi. This is it. Last night the psychosurgeons. I'm not ready to go yet, but do I must. So I have to. You've certainly left me with some marvellous memories. And I hope I've left you with some.
your birthday today, and we were going to get you some tickets for the 2012 Olympics, but instead we just turned up here to wish you a happy birthday. Thank you very much.